men, they get it late. When I filed for divorce, I was trying to send the SOS, like, you're about to lose your whole family. And I was hoping it triggered what needed to be triggered to save us. He took it as a get out of jail free card and started screwing everybody he could possibly think of and made it public while I was pregnant. And I had to deal with that, and I had to suck it up and be in the house pregnant and had to see him dry written, you know, and that was hard.
But what I will say is that me and the kids, without the presence of that, have been thriving. My daughter's gonna be in my new movie, Stepmother 4. So I feel like everything happens for a reason, and one thing is for sure, not everybody can come where you're going, and I think that's really what it comes down to.
You ever see something online and you don't even need anyone to explain it to you? You just feel like, yeah, this is about to go left? That's exactly what happened here. Because the second news started going around that Safaree lost his mom, the whole vibe online shifted. People weren't joking, nobody was dragging. It was one of those rare moments where even the messiest timelines go quiet for a second. And then Erica Mena posts. Not something subtle, not something you scroll past and forget. No, she posts her life looking peaceful, her daughter smiling, her new man right there like everything is stable, everything is good. And that's when people stopped scrolling. Because it wasn't loud, but it felt loud. It didn't say anything, but it said a lot. And instantly, the question hit, why now? Not why she moved on, not why she's happy. Nobody's confused about that part. It's the timing. Because timing is the only thing you can't ignore in situations like this. You could have posted that a week later, 2 weeks later. Nobody would have said anything. But posting it right when people are watching someone else go through something real, that's where it starts to feel like more than just a post.
Feel good.
What doesn't feel good?
You just look so hurt.
I am. I let so much slide. I gave you a chance again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. That's how much I loved you.
The internet picked that up immediately. You could literally watch it shift in real time, first confusion, then side eyes, then straight up backlash. And the craziest part? This didn't even need a caption. People filled in the meaning themselves. That's how you know it hit something deeper. But here's where people start playing selective memory, because if you only look at this one moment, yeah, it looks bad. It looks cold. It looks like somebody who doesn't care. But the second you zoom out, it's not that simple anymore, because this isn't a random situation. This is Erica and Safaree. And if you know anything about them, you already know this didn't start today. This didn't even start last year. This has been messy from the jump. Public, loud, emotional, embarrassing at times, like the kind of relationship where everything spills out whether you want it to or not. And Erica, she's always been the one people label as too much, too emotional, too reactive, too dramatic, but nobody ever really asks what pushed her there.
That us women tend to ignore when a man sits there and talks to you
Love bombs.
about his ex and all the things she did to him. It's funny how life comes full circle, because the same thing he did to her, he's doing to me years later. I remember him pouring his heart out to me about all the stuff she did to him, showing me videos of her reacting. And at the time, I didn't think to ask, well, what did you do to her?
Why does this man always have videos of these women reacting?
Exactly.
They just react to the reaction. And that's why that line hits so different, you made me look crazy. Because if you were actually watching back then, that's exactly how it played out. She'd be reacting, going off, losing it publicly, and people would just clip that part and run with it. Nobody wanted to sit in the full story. Nobody wanted to ask what was happening behind those moments. They just decided she was the problem. And once the internet decides that, it sticks. But now fast forward, and she's not that same version anymore. She's quieter, more controlled, moving different, and somehow that's making people even more uncomfortable. Because now she's not giving you drama, she's giving you detachment. And detachment hits colder than anger ever could, because anger still means there's emotion there. Detachment, that's when it's gone, and that's what people are reacting to without even realizing it. They're not just mad at the post, they're mad at the energy behind it, because it feels like she doesn't care. But is that really what it is? Or is that just what it looks like when someone is done for real? And that's where things get tricky, because Erica didn't come out trying to soften anything. She didn't do the "let me clear this up" move. She didn't backtrack. She didn't try to match the tone people expected from her. She basically said, in her own way, that condolences were already given, that what she posted had nothing to do with that situation, and that her life didn't stop. And that right
unfortunately, where you get caught up with certain situations that use your real, devoted, genuine feelings against you. They play the mind games. They, take it there where they disrespect you, they violate you, they provoke you, cause you to, rage. And then when you finally react, it's hide hands, they're innocent. That's just kind of, how they want things to be perceived, which is fine. But this is actually more common, unfortunately, than I even thought.
There is what made people flip, because now it's not just about timing, it's about attitude. It's about how she sees the situation versus how the public thinks she should see it. And those two things are completely different. The public is looking at Safaree as someone grieving, someone who deserves a certain level of respect in this moment. Erica? She's looking at him through a completely different lens. She's not separating the moment from the history. To her, it's not just a man who lost his mom, it's the same man tied to everything I already went through. And whether you agree with that or not, that perspective is real. People don't just erase history because something new happens. That's not how emotions work. And that's why this situation feels so divided, because you've got two completely valid reactions happening at the same time, but they don't align. One side is saying, this was wrong, the timing was off, this wasn't the moment for that. The other side is saying, y'all didn't care when she was going through it, so why are you policing her now? And that question right there, that's what keeps this whole thing alive, because nobody has a clean answer for it. They just pick the version that fits what they already believe. And the internet is really good at that. It doesn't care about nuance, it cares about sides. So now you've got people going back, pulling up old clips, old arguments, old moments where things got ugly, trying to build a case for why she's right or wrong. And in the middle of all that, the actual situation gets buried, because now it's not about what happened, it's about what people feel about what happened. And feelings are way louder than facts online. And what makes this even crazier is Safaree hasn't even responded in the way people expected. There's no big reaction, no public blow-up, nothing matching the energy that's happening around him. It's mostly the internet reacting on his behalf, deciding what this means, deciding how he should feel, deciding whether he's being disrespected. And that's where things start getting weird, because now the narrative isn't even coming from the people involved, it's being built by everyone watching. And once that happens, it takes on a life of its own, because now every move Erica makes is being watched differently. Every post, every comment, every little thing gets analyzed like it's part of some bigger message. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but at this point, it doesn't even matter. The perception is already set, and once perception locks in, it's hard to change it. So now you've got this situation where one post turned into a full-blown debate about respect, timing, past behavior, emotional accountability, all of it. And the truth is, there's no clean way to look at it, because if you focus only on the timing, yeah, it feels off. But if you factor in everything that led up to this moment, it starts to make more sense why she's moving the way she is. And that's what people don't like. They don't like when things aren't simple. They want a clear villain, a clear victim, a clear right and wrong. But this situation doesn't give you that. It just gives you two people with a messy history reacting to life in completely different ways. And now the internet is stuck trying to decide what that means. And that's why this isn't going anywhere anytime soon, because it hits too many layers at once. It's not just drama, it's not just gossip, it's about how people process things, how they move on, how they hold on to past experiences even when new things happen. And depending on how you see it, Erica either crossed a line or she just stopped pretending.